Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, we on here. Hey, what's happening?
Outside.
We
Yeah.
outside. Should be inside.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Welcome
Yeah.
back to. Can I say back?
You can say
Can I
back.
say back?
Welcome to the
Forever.
reunion show,
The reunion.
2023.
Welcome to the AO reunion show, as Corey said, 2023. And we are happy to be back in the building here with you guys for another great show, a catch-up show. How y'all doing? How have y'all been? What's going on?
5 years.
It's been 5 years?
It's been 5 years. 2018. I think November 2018.
I don't know, make me feel old when you say that.
Right, though.
Listen, how about we say, listen, it's been a nipple.
Yeah.
The low change.
It's been that long. I don't think I had this much gray 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been 5 years.
It's a
So
lot,
I think
right?
November 4th, November 9th.
I think the last show was February.
Oh, February 2019. Oh, okay. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 year-ish.
It's been 5 years. Y'all welcome back to the AO show. And the meaning of AO, for those who don't know, for the new viewers, is what? Corey, you want to tell them?
Are you open?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got to walk them through how that started.
Walking through it.
Bust it open.
Bust it open. Yeah, so AO,
Here we go. I'm glad it's not me this time. Go ahead,
it's the battery. That's his new nickname, battery.
That's all right. No, go ahead.
All right. Are y'all open?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, this is how that started. So, we were wanting to start a podcast. So, shout out to Nelly. I think the first time that you were doing a podcast, right? And I used to sit back and just watch you and then Eli when y'all had to get Moxie Crew.
Yes.
And, once that sunsetted, you asked me to come on and support and be your co-host. And I said, well, how do we remix it, right? And we were kind of coming up with a title. We were kind of brainstorming, and AO came to mind because that was one of the things that I learned early on in my career at a previous company. I don't even know how to say that anymore. No shade. But yeah, it started because "Are you open" is what it really stands for, and basically it was a way that taught me how to communicate, right? And basically how it goes down is that if we are in the middle of a conversation, there's things that I want to say to you, or we have feedback, I would ask you, "Are you open?" And if you say yes, that means you're open for me to proceed and talk to you about what's on my heart or what's on my chest. And if you say no, then I got to postpone and come back at a later date. And I think it was just for us a way for us to have a conversation and open minds, open dialect, open dialogue. And that's where AO was birthed.
I love it. You said the way you learned how to communicate. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's something that a lot of people have a hard time doing.
Yeah,
And the fact that you give them that opportunity to, are you ready for this or not?
Yeah, it was a little firecracker.
Yeah, I like that.
A little bit.
And I think our old saying used to be something like, "Were you not a victim, but you're a volunteer?"
Yeah, victim or volunteer. Yeah,
To
that was
invigorate
another
conversation.
Yeah, you're not a victim
That was
or volunteer.
good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so AO.
And that's still a thing, yo. So stop being
that's
victims
about
out
that.
here. You're a volunteer. Stop blaming everybody else.
Hey.
Yeah, well, not really victims.
Mm.
You signed up.
Signed up for it. That's what
You signed up.
He's always say AO, right?
You signed
All
up.
right, so the AO show where you're not a victim, but you a volunteer to invigorate in conversations.
Ooh,
That
you
was
still
how-
remember that?
I remember it.
You got a
that
5-year-old brain.
big-
That's
there you
good.
go.
That's what's up.
Ginkgo biloba.
That's what's
Back
up.
to, memory medicine. G Dash, what's good, baby? It's been 5 years.
Has been.
What's going on?
Has been a lot of survival tactics.
I think everybody's doing
That's a fact. Learn how to shop online.
Uh,
I'm an expert. Swipe left, right.
Listen, understanding the value of toilet paper.
Right.
They'll take it from you. All right? They call it inflation. They inflated the Charlotte.
Yo, you
Charlotte got
stupid.
inflated. So-
How do you do it? Trump? Puerto Rico?
Paper towels into the crowd.
Lord have mercy.
Just giving away the paper. Just gonna give away the paper. I know they Americans stupid. Don't do that.
Boop. Had to-
That's all right. Talk about it, G Dash. So tell them how you feel, honey. Hey, yeah, we open. Hello. Definitely. It's good to be back in the building. Speaking. Okay. Right down, boy. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, we back in the building. I don't know. Did I introduce myself? I think they know who I am. Right? I'm Nelly B. Nelly E. Wow. Nelly E. Hey, y'all. What's
That part.
happening? And then we in the building, of course, with the boy C Bugs, Corey.
Yes.
And then G Dash, we already know, in the building. But it is good to be back. So we want to start off today's show. Like we said, it has been 5 years. And now we are back. Just kind of doing a reunion show, just catching up. Shout out to all of y'all who are tuning in. Shout out to this bomb behind radio station, 95.3 Philly Jams. Shout out to them. Shout out to our producer over there doing big things. Doing big things over there with the paraphernalia on.
Yeah, shout out to my nephew in here too.
Yes, that
we
part.
brought him along. He's looking to go off to college here in August, so
Shout out.
wanted to bring him along. He's going to do his own podcast talking about the athlete journey
Awesome.
in college, student athletes and mental health. So all prayers and all respect to you, Cameron Wilkerson.
There you go, Cameron.
You got the iPad and all that. I'm like, he worked
He
here.
looking real professional.
Yeah,
He
right?
really is.
Looking all professional. Y'all should see him. His teeth is growing, all that. Funny, but shout out to him.
Definitely. And shout out to all the graduates this year. We know it's been a lot of graduations happening, a lot of people moving forward in life. And that's one thing I could say for the past 5 years, although we have not been here, life has been lifing.
That's a fact.
Life has been life. And I don't know about y'all out there in the social media world, but boy, I tell you, life has been lifing. So, they're trying to fix Jarrell's mic. So let's go ahead and go ahead.
Yeah, so, when you talk about life has been life, all the stuff that we've been through over the last, 5 years, right? We had COVID. Imagine that.
Good old COVID.
We had Mr. Trump. Imagine that. The Russia thing is popping and going crazy right now. A little civil war is about to start over there. A lot of job loss, right? Black Lives Matter happened in the past 5 years.
Yes.
Joe Biden has happened in the past 5 years. George Floyd happened, right? George was asleep. Yeah, you do it. He was asleep.
Yeah.
But a lot has
G-Dash
happened
over
in the
here
last
bugging, yeah.
5 years, man. So shout out to everybody that's been out there being able to survive the last 5 years for
yes.
sure. But how did y'all make it through it?
And rest in peace and respect to those who have not survived.
That is true. Yeah, rest in
In
peace
the
to
past
everybody.
5 years, I definitely want to shout out my big brother who passed, unfortunately, a year ago. September's going to be a year. So I don't know, he's not the only one, but that was one thing that impacted me. My older brother, my biological brother, passed on. So yeah, everybody didn't make it, but I'm grateful.
Definitely
I'm
shout
still
out to
here.
him.
We still here.
We are.
We definitely still here, and a lot has happened. So we want to get into that tonight. We want to get into that. Shout outs again to everyone who is tuned in, who is watching us on Philly 95.3. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is just the reunion show. There you go, G. He's back with us, y'all. G's back.
They ain't want me to be here.
Look at the devil out here lifing. So take his mic.
I mean, but was that the devil though?
Oh,
I'm saying. Was it?
Well,
I don't know. I'm just saying. Was it though?
devil
As long as y'all
in
can
devil
hear
in a
me.
black dress.
I think
So when we think about just the AO show, period, right? What were some of y'all's favorite moments when we think about the show, the time that we had? We rocked out for what, almost a year?
yeah, because we initially started down at the studio down south.
Down south.
So we used to take these long
Shout
rides.
out to Skip.
Shout out to Skip.
Hottest live radio. That's what
That thing was scorching.
Yeah.
My man was scorching.
Yeah.
Listen,
AKA
So,
Stan.
we used to take these nice rides out there. And one thing we was talking about before we got on the show was the car ride, y'all. The car ride with these two, phenomenal. I mean, words couldn't even express.
Yeah,
I used to
we
sit quietly in the car ride.
Lies.
definitely wasn't quiet in the car at all. At all.
Lies.
I think Jarrell's whole theme in life was to get me as gassed up as possible. As soon as we crossed the bridge,
Fire.
he would just throw out a question,
Like a good
Oh.
30
Yeah.
minutes left.
right?
Let's have community moments.
Yeah.
Let's grow together.
That's what that was.
And at first, I just really thought it was just regular conversation. And then one day he was like, like this is like a different clip you go to when you get like upset and you get triggered. And even though he said that, I could not stop it.
Hilarious.
Right? Like I just had to he said, yeah, I need that Corey when we get to the studio. And I'm like, what?
So for
But,
those
you know, I
who
couldn't
don't
stop it.
know, Jarrell G Dash, he can ask very thought-provoking questions that will kind of take you out of your comfort space and put you in a place where, you know,
Comfort place.
there you go.
Listen,
So let me hold on. Wait, I gotta explain something. Two things. A, so I do a show called Hats Off where I interview people. If you sit across and get interviewed, I do not do this to people. Okay. Now there may have been a time in my life, okay, where we were going on to see what to scare my next guest. Okay, I gotta tell people now. Listen, where I had questions, where I wanted to make sure we were on the same page, and I would ask them in the car. Yes, no, was they thought provoking? Our show was thought provoking. See, y'all, I don't understand. If we doing a thought-provoking show and y'all be thinking thoughts and stuff, you're welcome.
yeah, but here's the thing. He would ask the thought, but never really jump into the conversation. He would just ask more questions. Right? Like, so what do you think? Well, I mean,
was
it's
just
not
adding
really
fuel
about
to
what I
the
think. It's
fire.
about the people in the front of the car.
Right.
What do y'all think? You know what I mean? I've already been thinking about this, but not about me. It's about y'all. What do you think? Right? And he would just continue to ask the
And it's
question.
always the questions that it's like you really don't want to discuss. You know what I mean? Like, so we going with Kanye, right? Yeah, we agreeing or we not? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
like wait, who? Yep. so we
But
all
you
agree?
never really got Jarrell's answer. Like, you would just be like, no, well, you know. it's-
Okay, listen. A, I wasn't Phil Jackson, but you never saw him suit up. Like let's understand.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I just need to make sure that the mind state. Like, you gonna stop describing me like Lucius from Empire. Okay.
You might have been Lucius.
Shot that.
You might have been Lucius.
It was like a little bit of Lucius, just a little.
Get
bit.
out the car tight. Like, all right, just turn this mic on real quick. You know what I mean?
You know how good those shows was? though?
Yeah.
Like the rant. Oh man.
It was.
And then coming back home, they got even deeper. You know
And we
what I'm
just
saying?
did a whole hour.
Yeah, we
of
did a
like
whole
that
hour. We did a whole
intensity.
hour back.
Yeah.
But it was good times,
It's
though,
funny
for
because
sure.
Corey's, what you say, the battery pack? You say he had a
Battery. Yeah,
had
he
a
would
battery
just put the
pack?
battery on and just be like, all right, well, you know, I'm going to start. Then he would try it at work. Didn't really work as much because I just felt it coming. But in the car, I just couldn't stop it. All right, well, I'm
Well,
with the
no,
shits.
see, and here's the flip. I already did it at work.
Yeah.
Not that I asked those type of questions, not that I'm copying anything, but what I'm saying is I did ask thought-provoking questions, but they would just be about stuff like, if it was 2023, it'd be like, is Westbrook really a bum, or do people say that? Sports-wise, and then the eruption would happen in the aisle. Somebody would be like, "Jarrell, get back to your." I was a trainer there, so it'd be like, "Jarrell, get back to your classroom." I get yelled at. I would just start things to make people want to talk and communicate.
Like I'm not doing it with you.
You're
Nope.
welcome. You're welcome.
I would walk out the room and be like, yo, Drake sucks. I'm be like,
Okay.
I gotta start class. I can't talk about it right
That,
now.
yeah.
Like, what?
No, it would be. Is he better than Kendrick, really, or not? Because I believe
In front of the whole class.
Yes.
Then I would have to leave.
Yes. Let's let people know you're human. I want to bring out the human in these folks. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible.
Okay, so in the midst of Jarrell's battery pack, shout out to Rebirth, Shay Marriott, Eli,
Yeah,
Isabel
shout out to them.
on the line with us. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yo, yeah, I miss these days. I really do. I have missed these days.
Yeah, it was definitely therapy.
Yeah.
It was.
So you think about some of the like shows that we did. So we talked about the car rides, but some of the show topics that we did, right? We used to brainstorm for the week. Like, what are we going to talk about this week, right? And I remember the one that I was like super passionate about. I think it was our first episode.
Child support.
Very entertaining.
Child
Very
support. Oh my God. I couldn't wait to get to the show to talk about child support. And then again, Mr. G Dash.
Why? How did I get a?
Just like-
I didn't.
So you know, he would ask questions like, so you just feel like the mother just doesn't deserve it? Like, is that the type of man you are? And he didn't like he would say that, but like then I'd be like, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, but yeah, the first show I think we did was child
It
support.
was.
It
yeah.
was. It was
Right.
the second. The first show was "Are You Open?" Explaining it. The second-
Yeah. So the second show,
Yeah. It was
first show with Jason.
that was-
I felt like my whole passion for wanting to do a show was to talk about this topic because I just felt like so many fathers was going through it. Like, and we don't talk about it. We just get wrapped, right? But yeah, if y'all, we might have to like repost that show.
Yeah,
I was
I'm gonna
pissed.
repost it because y'all need to see. I'm gonna tell you why that episode is. People sent me information about what they should do with child support after that. Like dead serious. Like, by the way, here's some resources in case people need them. Like, this is what happened. It was that impactful.
You know,
like,
Corey, he was very passionate. Very
Oh,
passionate
man.
on that show. Yeah.
I survived it though. Shout out to Division of Child Support and
Yes.
Oh,
everybody.
we good now?
Well, I'm great.
Look at that.
Love
Come
them.
on. You made it, see? Made it.
I didn't think I was back
Look
then,
at
but
God.
I made it.
Look
So
at
shout out to all the fathers that are going through it.
Yeah. By
There
the
is
way,
light on the other side.
No. In real talk, I recommend if you are expecting, if y'all don't get along or she just don't like you, watch that episode. Like, because you may need to, like, seriously, if they're expecting and he know that they don't get along or he know that she don't like him, okay, like,
what if he-
Blueface should watch that episode.
Blueface needs to get Nelly's card. Blueface.
This is why they don't give me a mic.
Blueface.
Need to watch that.
Yeah, I'm done.
Blueface? Oh my God.
Okay. So we give it.
Shouldn't have got child support for him. Shout out to Blueface. I don't want no
Shout
problems.
out to
Look, I don't want no problems with the Crips. However,
So, y'all, before this show, okay, so we have not gotten together in the 5 years. So, getting together before the show was just very interesting. A lot of light was shed on a lot of things, and they got a lot of inside jokes. And I'm saying they because they talk about me. So, I'm a judge. I'm gonna deal with them after the show. So we gonna move on. Okay.
That wasn't that.
What was it? No, not that part. The other part. The first part. Right?
yeah, the
My
first
Cash
part.
App? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With my Cash App.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. Mhm.
It was almost a reemerge of the old Nelly almost came back because she was triggered by.
Okay, I have a question.
young
I'm all
man.
for people being who they are on the
To
inside.
the following.
Of course you are. Of course he is.
Content over everything.
Should have filmed the beginning of while we were in the lobby. Like, oh my God. I was like, here we go.
If you were offered the opportunity to receive free
Surgery.
surgery, would
Cosmetically.
you accept it? Cosmetic surgery. Would you accept it?
No.
I
I'm
don't.
just saying.
Ooh.
Who's it coming
God, I
from?
couldn't say my first thought.
Consider the source.
What do I have to do to get it?
Because nothing's free.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm comfortable with my current proportions. That's the way to answer that
And
question.
who's giving it to you?
I'm
I
comfortable.
mean,
I'm comfortable.
there were some offers of giving away free service, financial assistance.
Not to
get
us.
Cosmetic surgery
no, yeah,
completed.
I didn't get
you know,
offered.
You didn't get offered.
I
You didn't
didn't.
hear that? Okay.
I didn't. I wouldn't accept it. I can say
mean,
I'm
you know.
cool. Yeah. If somebody see, and that could only be I feel like that's easier to accept as a woman. Like if somebody came up, I don't care, male or female, was like, you know what? I'll hook you up with the cosmetic surgery. What the fuck you think is wrong with me?
That's a fact. That is true.
Like, what
That is true. Did you even think?
like if somebody offered that to me, I'm offended immediately.
Well, okay. So here's the thing: it wasn't really offered.
That's true.
but
You
they
almost
was-
bullied
they
him into
were
giving it to
discuss-
you.
No, I wasn't. I was denied.
He was on a show, and when he got done his show, he came in the lobby. You definitely brought it up, like,
The
bro.
producers right here.
The
When
producer
he was
said,
talking about it on the show, I said, "Oh, that's what we doing, just giving out BBLs.
Bullied him.
I want one."
he
Pick
walked
me.
out into
Ooh.
Brooklyn, New York,
Ooh.
in the lobby,
Pick me. No.
right.
And what did he say? I got you, shorty.
and you
Thank
reminded him
I
Why
twice.
wouldn't I?
I would like to notate that Corey
Why
called
wouldn't I?
Nelly the BBL bully. And we can, I don't know if you need to change the name that pops up here, but that would
That's
be
a
the
fact.
BBL bully. That's two
I
L's,
am
one
not
Y,
the BBL bully.
and the E next to the Y. The bully.
Jerome,
That's a fact.
I'm done with y'all. I am not the BBL bully. I'm just saying.
Such a great line.
They was giving it away. I was just saying, "Ooh, pick me." If that's what you just giving them away. Why not? Thank you. I'll take it because I want it, not just because he said nothing, but I want it. Thank you.
I
Right?
respect it.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know,
Is that being a bully?
it's the way you addressed him. Like, he was leaving out, coming back, and every time he went through the door, he brought it right up. So,
Yeah, he brought it up, or I did.
he brought it up initially. You just reminded him of what he said.
My Cash App is
Right,
$.
like I kind of feel like as long as he pays for the
Dollar
situation,
sign.
we're all winning in life. You see what I'm saying? I'm
winning
like,
off the fields.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
off the field.
Jarrell threw out the assist. Like, he was trying to give out his name, and Jarrell was like, I mean, so your Cash App is what you really wanted, right?
Yeah, like the cash app
as
would
he
have made more
does.
sense.
As he
He
does.
said he only had Venmo. She got it all. Like, like, bro, it's not that
thought
deep.
that would stop
like, like, what you Matter of fact, ATM downstairs. Let's get it. Like,
Nelly definitely has
sorry.
Venmo too, bro. Like, you thought you was getting away? Nah, son.
Okay, I'm done. We move it on. So, anywho.
yo, from
'Cause,
Blueface to BBLs is nuts. This
Well,
is
from
really-
child support
They've been
to
getting
from child
Blueface
BBL.
to BBLs, it probably all flows together.
This is how we start today.
Yeah. Because if you get a BBL, you meet Blueface, you end up with child support. It all comes together, I think.
This is the journey.
It's the journey. Christian Rock, shout out to you. My bad. Not bad.
Yo,
Not
they
bad.
are terrible.
Not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah,
But as we were
terrible.
talking about, sorry, let's bring it back. That was fun.
Getting the BBL and skipping dental work is wild. Go ahead.
Lord.
The BBL, dental work.
BBL to dental work.
BBL or dental work. What you thinking?
I don't know.
She gotta have all her teeth.
Yeah, maybe you have to add that to the list for later on.
That's why I put it. That's why I
Did you?
said it.
Okay.
BBL or dental work.
All right.
What we doing?
So
What
yeah, so
doing?
we went through the child support journey, which I think was good. I think, again, in all seriousness, I think that us, I think there's a lot of men that go through that particular journey and definitely needed to open up and talk about what that really does for them and the family. So yeah, that was the the first show that I definitely wanted to do that I was passionate about. So
One of my favorite moments on the show was when we had Rena J on the show.
Rena.
And we did,
She was on a couple times.
We had her on a couple times, but the one show I particularly liked was Sex with the Lights On
Yeah.
with her. She was just always.
she had the shop in
Philly on South
Philly and South Street. Right.
Yeah, I always enjoyed. Rena was very entertaining to me.
She was so ahead of her time before the roses was rosing. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't even before the roses had arisen. You see what I'm saying? She was out there with the whole store just outside. Like, let's go. Come through. Literally.
She definitely was.
Situation.
Shout out to her.
Yes,
Shout out to her.
that was good. That was good. Very
Shout out to
very open. Very forward about.
What did
things.
you enjoy so much? Why? What grabbed you about?
I'm gonna tell you, real talk. You know what it was, because back then, I was very.
Nelly, hold on for a second. I just want you to know what's happening. Do you feel the battery going in your back?
I do.
Do you?
I
And
do.
you?
But no, I'm gonna go with it though.
I know.
I'm gonna go with it.
I
You know
know.
why? I'm gonna say this because
I
I'm
know.
gonna show you. I'm gonna give you my delivery.
Sit up as the battery goes.
A lot of time, what I liked about Rena's show was, first of all, I was always the only female up here,
All right.
and
You-
back
okay.
then
That was
Hold on,
Angela
hold on.
Yee of you.
Shut up.
Yo. Facts.
And then the other part was, back then I was not as learned as I am now. So I was very raw, very open about everything, especially sex. So Rena coming on the show, she always matched my energy. And I loved it. So we would go thrive over each other, Not that it was right, but I'm just saying, so that's a part of what I really enjoyed with Rena. Like, no matter which way I went, she was able to match my energy, and I loved it, And so, yeah, and I always enjoy her company, and just, I do enjoy sex. So her talking about the sex store, the stuff that she has to offer, definitely awesome.
Yeah, I think the other part with Rena, she was always just a real person.
Yeah.
Right. And whether talking about whatever topic, she was just that way on and off air. Right. So she was definitely authentically her. So definitely shout out to her. That was a good one.
Yeah. Awesome.
I know another one that popped up, and obviously I forget her name though. We had the young lady. I think she had passed away from
Erica with the
Erica,
breast
so
cancer.
shout out to her.
Yeah,
Yes. And again, even going back to what I just said, but I love the
we had
way
guest
the
host and
play.
everything. That was guest host week. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the way she played on the words. So this guest host had breast cancer, and she had stopped chemotherapy, and she started doing the natural route of curing her cancer. But her message was, it's okay to touch yourself. And I liked that.
Yeah.
I really did like it. She was definitely pushing and promoting the seriousness of breast cancer screenings. Even with the men, the prostate cancer. She talked about cancer as a whole. And rest in peace. She did pass away eventually, but her message was real.
Absolutely.
It was definitely real, and it was impactful.
It was.
Absolutely.
It definitely was.
I would say two that stick out in my head is so Troy. See, and now it's not what y'all think it is, because y'all think if y'all go back and watch the Troy episode, it is very enlightening. There were some great things that were said.
Cut all that out. Troy's the reason why we started the show, this reunion show. He inspired the whole thing. I'll let Jarrell finish, but at the end of the day,
Gosh.
Troy was on the show talking about male mental health. He was ahead of his time with men working on that mental health,
Definitely
offering
was.
programs, focus, and saying that
Yes.
men need therapy.
Yes.
See, that's what I came for. Corey, what were you speaking of, sir?
there we go. Battery Pack G.
So
Yeah, Lord have mercy.
We
I
just
can't
talked
win
about-
today.
we started the reunion show. We were all, I don't think Nelly, I feel like you was watching an old show.
We was.
Right, we were watching the old show, and Troy was on the show, and I think it was at the end, right? Was it at the end?
I
Anyway,
think it was at the beginning. We were just
might have been
starting
at the
show.
beginning. So to G's point, talking about mental health, serious topic. Nelly comes out her face and says,
No, okay. Let me before you go there. We were talking. We were doing like we were doing one of the beginning shows, like one of the games.
Okay.
Like getting to know you or
Icebreaker.
something. Getting to know you.
"Yes."
And I think when the question was, have you been bullied in school?
Jesus.
And he was saying no. But Janelle, Nelly, I decided to ask another question, which I think the way I said it, not I think, the way I said it could have definitely been said differently. But I asked him, he had very big lips. And
Yep.
and I came out very matter-of-factly, like, ain't nobody bully you about your lips.
BBL bully in the building.
That was crazy. So Nelly sends a text to our old group chat and says, "Man, I can't believe y'all didn't say nothing to me about like how I used to be." So that started a whole sparking conversation. The conversation ensued today before we started the show. But that's why we made it back here today, because
So
we talked
here's
about
the
doing a
thing,
reunion
y'all.
show.
Here's the
Go ahead.
thing.
Let's
Here's the thing
hear it.
about Mr. Troy. Shout out to you, Troy Ashley. Doing big things. Definitely doing big things. No.
No pun. Go ahead.
Shouts out to Super
Like,
Coopers. Never mind.
come on. Like, look at y'all.
BBL bully in the
So
building.
anyway, I knew Troy, from even before the show. So when I said it back then, no, it wasn't accurate. The way I said it, it did come off real like, dang, shorty. Like, I was watching the show like, why y'all ain't telling me? But I did ask him, like, you know what I mean? Because he has really big lips. So we talking about, were you ever bullied? He was saying no. And I did genuinely want to know. Nobody bullied him because how big his lips were. But however, the way I said it did come off really like, sheesh. What if that wasn't an issue for him? Like you just totally made it an issue, Nelly. So yeah, it was definitely crazy. Looking back at it now, 5 years later, definitely could have did that so much different. And so Troy, if you out there listening, I apologize to you, boo. Seriously. But yeah,
He was cool with it, by the way. Like, we joking now.
Yeah,
he was cool with it.
He
Right.
was,
He
because
was.
he knew me. You know what I mean? Like we knew each other.
Yeah, it really
outside
wasn't
of
that heavy.
so-
Like, we making it.
But somebody outside looking in would be like, well, dang.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
cut it out. Again, 5 years, it's been growth. There has
100%.
definitely been growth.
And I think that was one of the things that we talked about. So, like, as we're talking about favorite moments, but I think that at the beginning of the show, we talked about just the things that over 5 years what has happened. You were talking about how much you've evolved as a person,
Yes,
right? And just as a
definitely
woman,
has.
which I thought, which I think is awesome. Because some of the things that we did 5 years ago, we would definitely change for sure. So, if you want to.
Absolutely. So real quick, since we are here at this point, okay, it was some comments up there, but they left. But let's talk about where we are now. Like over the 5 years, what's been happening? What's changed for you? Let's start with G Dash. What's going on with G Dash now?
Oh.
Where you at?
I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. You looked at me, and my instant thought was, I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. I done wrote a book. I'll be doing shows. I do this whole spoken word thing. Like I do.
Okay.
I really be doing that sometimes.
But you was doing spoken word with us too.
Yeah,
you
but
kind of
nah,
opened
I
up
was,
a little
I
bit.
was light. I
Okay.
was tiptoeing my foot into some things, but now, like, I really, I be hosting different shows and literally be on stages. I'm a part of what's called the Delaware Music Network. That's where I was in Brooklyn yesterday, last night. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brooklyn. I'm outside. You know what I mean? Y'all was in Brooklyn because y'all from New York. I was at y'all home. That's right. I walked up in y'all home. I kicked my shoes off. That's what I said.
See? Everybody sit up. The battery.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
The
I'm just
battery.
saying, it was NYC. That's where I was at.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
The battery.
I mean, a real Delaware like in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we was real Delaware deep. You heard
That's
me?
the battery.
That's it. That's what I say. You heard me. You feel me? I gotta add the extra U's in that. So,
Use. Shout out to New York.
thanks to the children. Yeah, shout out to the Steel Mill. I was out there, had a great time. Shouts out to Maya Bellardo and the Sound Minds crew. They was out there spitting. The open mic was amazing. Just a lot of talented artists. Shouts to Kima, Blue Symphony. It was just a beautiful thing that was put together. Also, shout out to Maya Bellardo. Maya Rowland, Joe Bellardo for putting the whole, like, it was really his home, that's how he said it. And Shannon Lally, everybody that came through, Swerve, said a great time. So that was Brooklyn.
Can I point something out, G?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to point out too. When we started this show 5 years ago, G was the first young dude I saw come around with the Federo on.
Here's the thing.
Like how you say it right in the lobby, but then you just like say it wrong now.
She said the same thing 5 years ago.
Like yeah, you know, he had the Federo Sport. You know the Federo Sport. They don't even sell that locally now.
All right, the fedora. All right, it's the fedora. My bad, I messed up.
She
But
said
yeah,
the same thing 5 years
I
ago.
did.
She did, the Federo.
Federo. And he had the same look like.
The fedora. Okay, it's the fedora. My bad. So anywho, and I did say it right out there, and then now I'm jacking it up. It's all right. It's the adrenaline. But anywho, we gonna call it that.
Christ, what happened?
Shut up. There's a lot going on.
Why you rushing?
Because y'all that battery pack.
Y'all gonna stop.
So yeah, so he was the first dude I ever met, the young boy that's like rocking a fedora. However, I see on your new show,
Yeah.
G Dash got the fitteds on. I'm like, whoa, what happened? Like the fedora was it 5 years ago. That's all I seen. Let me say that. That's all I seen on the show and stuff.
There you go.
Okay. So now
There you go.
You out there more now with the fitteds and all of that. Does that, I mean, anything?
Yeah. So, how do I answer this question? So the fedoras at the time I had a fedora collection, and that's cool. I really had a fitted collection. I was
Okay.
always more fitted than fedora, but I hate this.
Do tell. More fitted than fedora. That's a new show. Fitted or fedora.
For the fedora.
This or that.
Yeah.
Segment.
Yeah.
can't.
Nah. So I mean, you know, it just depends on the occasion and the situation. That's the best way I can say that. So yeah. But yeah, so that and to that point, I got a show called Hats Off. Now you'll see the wall full of hats, and I take my hat off to different people doing different things. At some point, I need you on there.
Awesome. Got you.
Whenever somebody either has something happen within the last 30 days or will have something happening within the next 30 days, they're typically my guests. I also have a partnership with the Women's Business Center at Truaxis Capital, so also to help promote different entrepreneurs who are creating different things as well. So yeah, so I do that every Thursday, 7:30 on Instagram. See your boy asking the questions that help teach people things, not put batteries in backs. I don't really know. They just be saying stuff. But listen, you want to learn some stuff? I done taught people how to get grants. Listen, that's people talk about this money, okay? We gonna teach you how to do that.
money, that's
So
it.
tap in. You'll see some things with different guests. Like I said, this week I actually have somebody who has her own shea butter line and things like that. So going to talk about how to get the moisturization.
Are you gonna have a show about BBLs? Can
Why-
I come on?
When I have a show about BBLs, can you come on?
As long as you get
My
one within the
immediate
first 30 days or the last 30 days.
No, because first of all, don't bring it on while it's still wrapped. Okay, we're not gonna bring it on still wrapped up and bandaged. Like, oh, that ain't that
Mummy life.
Like the cheeks ain't healed yet, and you want to be talking to people.
You wanna
Like, we
stand
not-
up and do this show?
ain't really the opportunity. And what people gonna learn?
I
don't
mean,
even. Like,
Getting hurt.
I try to have fun conversations that people can get stuff from, not just learn how to get the cheeks done. For the low, because that's what you're gonna teach them. Hey, here's how we got it for the low. Starts with a cash app.
Dollar sign.
You said that you paying for a BBL through Cash App is crazy.
No,
Yo,
listen,
write a check for my shit.
you gotta pay in installments.
Yes.
Okay, you gotta install that
Thought
thing.
about it.
first.
I was like, yo.
But I'm saying though, like I mean, that is
I'm
the
not
new
taking my
thing.
hats off.
You're not taking your hat
My
off.
hat will stay on for the BBL.
That's a fact.
Firmly. Matter of fact, double up.
It's that's discrimination. Don't do
No,
that.
it's not. Okay, fine. You introduced me to the surgeon. I still won't talk to him. But you can go ahead and introduce me to him if you need to me to
That's
take.
funny.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Either way, there was that, and then I got a book. I wrote a book, y'all.
Okay,
Bow,
shout
bow.
out to
You know, destined by determination. Yeah, yeah. Listen, that's it. DXDE, the willing. Bow. You know, it's a book of poems, and each poem has like a paragraph, right? Because Corey don't really like poetry that much. Like he will on weekends, but he don't do it on weekdays. So if I want him to read the book on a weekday, I had to add some information that'll make him really care. So I did. So that's where each poem got their own introductory paragraph to kind of explain it. That's real shit.
All right.
I should have made an audiobook. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to do.
There you
but
go.
it's coming. It's coming.
Would have been.
Hilarious.
Yes, g-jones.com. That's spell out the dash. That's where I'm at. Val, you know what? And I want to give Corey a book, but I know he ain't gonna read it. That's what hurt my feelings. Like I know.
I
Like,
will
would.
read the book.
He said he
I
will
am
read
an
the book.
audio, though.
He
I'm
will
more
read the
audio.
book.
I am more audio than read.
It's like
But
25,
I can do
34,
both.
34 pages. He's still gonna make the page 15 and be like, I ain't reading this.
It's my,
Put all
it's
the
my
paragraphs.
alleged.
But that's where I've been up in life.
All right. Shout out to Delaware Reggae Vibes. Shout out to Joseph Solomon, Erica Solomon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Marlena. Hey, what's happening, y'all? Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, G. If you just tuning in, we are here with the reunion show with Ayo. Are you open? Where you are not a victim, but you are
Volunteer.
to invigorate in conversation. We are here after 5
impressed.
years, y'all. 5 years. It's been 5 years. So we just catching up. If you just tuning in, we just catching up, seeing where everybody's been at. G just, he not just, but he got his book out.
Yeah.
Y'all can check it out. Are you willing to do the work? That's good. Are you willing to do the work? What was a show? What show was that? Where actually one of my clients talked to me about it, and I was like, that thing stuck with me. It was one of them racing shows, like one of them track shows. I forgot the name of it. But the coach was like, I know you can run, but can you win?
Facts.
Now that stuck with me when she brought that up. My client brought that up to me, and I was like, wow, that's good. So when you said, are you willing to do the work on your book? I thought about that. You know, that's something that really stuck. I know you can run, but can you win? You know, when we talking about life, it's been lifing for the past 5 years. If you just tuning in, life has been lifing for all of us, and I'm sure for you too out there watching us. So we just catching up, and so yeah, that's brought that back to me.
And I say this, so the book came because the old company, right, sat your boy down, right? And by the way, for those of you who ever got sat down, so there are times when you may get sit down by a company, right? This is when they sit you down and tell you go home, don't return. If you work from home, they just say log out. Don't log back in. You can try log back in. That ain't gonna work no more. I don't know what your password is. Don't worry about remembering it.
So being laid off.
There you go.
You laid
Okay.
off, okay.
And for me, it was like, all right, let me, after getting myself together mentally, then I was like, all right, this is what I wanted to write a book. And a book where I was reflecting on certain lessons that I had learned and things that I came through. So I touch on everything from trying to avoid generational curses, forgiving yourself. Because to me, that's one of the hardest things that we deal with in life. It's like you'll have a trauma and you'll blame yourself for putting yourself in that position, but you don't give yourself the credit for growing out of it. So I kind of get into some of that stuff. I think this world will teach you that things that are natural aren't normal. And I got a piece about that and kind of being okay with what's natural. Like it's natural to feel emotion, right? It's not it's not normal to let it control you all the time,
There you go.
right? But that's you know the world will use labels and things like that, especially on people of color. They quick, especially on women as well. Like they quick to put you in a box and say, oh, this is what you're going to do. No, I'm human. So I covered a bunch of different topics that can. It's always about helping people, kind of help people be able to grow and benefit from it and kind of build. So, and that's only volume 1. I have the thought process is to make 3 volumes of that. So, yeah, it's coming.
Let me ask you, with the book that you wrote, you made some very good points in there. And for those who don't know, I'm a therapist, so we're going to get into all of that too with my part. But how's this book been helpful for you, writing this?
Well, okay, here's the best answer for me to give that. It gave self-reflection. Right, when you do something like this, you look deep inside. And honestly, the poetry wasn't that hard. I'm not gonna lie. I do spoken word. I even do by the way, the shows I do the show with artists. It's crazy. But what the difference is, those little paragraphs, the paragraphs I had to write for Corey.
Oh, you had to write
Those
the story?
little paragraphs, let me take, because each one has to be about the topic. So now I got to kind of talk about what drove me to write this stuff.
Okay.
And now it's kind of diving into the reflection like you say it. Now you know, all right, well, why'd you say this? You want people to learn this? And shouts out to my man Nate, because when I decided to do that, first thing he said was, all right, you sure you ready to bleed? It's going to hurt a little bit. Like, you ready to do that? Because you can't halfway go into it. If you're going to do it, it's going to feel a little personal. It's going to feel a little vulnerable. It's going to be a little hard.
Right.
But, you know, and I wound up learning from it, kind of understanding different things about myself. So it was good.
What's up?
Oh, and the B-side is I learned that to be a published author isn't as difficult as people think. It costs money, but it's not the hardest thing to do in the world.
Right.
That's
right.
what's
Oh
up.
yeah, everybody's publishing books now. Everybody's becoming artists. It's definitely. But I think one thing that's important for me, and even for people who are doing that, my thing is, you know, what's gonna make you different, and are you effective? Because everyone's writing a book. Everybody's writing journals. You know, I'm a therapist. Like I said, I had a journal that I wrote back in 2016. But like looking at where we are now, you know, everybody's about energy. You know, protecting your peace. You know, operating on vibrations, and everybody's on all of that, which is great. But then,
If they mean it, can they win?
There you go. Can you win? There you go. Right. We all can talk the talk, but who's really doing the work? Like you said in this book. So that's what's up.
Agreed.
What's up?
Agreed. So I think for me, over the past 5 years, I've the podcast lane is it's just really my thing, right? And I think that, you know, while we did Are You Open, it was like therapeutic for me. You know, we talked
I
about
agree.
when we first started the show, I was telling y'all, like up until the last 30 minutes before we went on air, like I was like nervous every time, right? Nobody would know that.
Right.
But like, you know, overthinking and what am I gonna say? How is it gonna be received? Am I prepared? Right? I would do that regardless of how many times that I went on the show.
And those are called cognitive errors.
Sorry.
Yo.
Here we go. Right? So, you know, and then 30 minutes beforehand, then I'm gassed, right? And then turn the lights on and let's go. But, you know, I think for me, I realized that podcasting or just talking about certain topics is just really the thing that I really love to do. Not only is it therapeutic, but it also allows me to listen, learn, and grow for myself. I've been on multiple shows, so shout out to Rebirth Live. I've been on multiple
Yes.
of their shows, not only here in the studio, but some of their live shows that we've done, which were really great. So, you know, it just drove me to just really jump into starting my own podcast, right? So hopefully by the end of July, going into early August, the Other Side of the Story podcast will start. And really what it is, you know, you think about there's always multiple sides to a story. And one of the things that's always driven me is being able to tell my side of a story, because sometimes my side is never told. But I think it's also part of everybody's perspective. We all have a perspective, and sometimes we're responding to the solution or the dramatics of what happened, but we never really take back and ask the person, like, so how did that feel? When you walk through X, Y, and Z, what do you think about that? Ask more questions instead of receiving what's happening to you. So that's going to be the goal of it. You know, cover multiple topics, but it's really about perspective and what's your side of the story.
So this is more of a personal.
It's going to feel personal at
Podcast.
first, but I think personally, it's driven me personally to do it. But I think it will talk about multiple topics overall. So it's personal to me, just based off of the title and some of the things that I've been through over the last 5 years since we've done the show, right? So, you know, meeting my birth mother.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you told me
Right.
about that.
This
That was
what is that? What is that story? You know, hopefully I can have all of them up here and we can kind of talk about it together,
That would be
right?
awesome.
Because there's so many people that have probably went through that, right? Or thinking about going through that. And it's probably one of the things that haunted me. I don't want to say haunt, like scary, but it probably was scary for the pet for 20 some odd years, right? So thinking about that, relationships, or, you know, just how do you feel about parenting as a dad, right? Do you really talk about the dad side of the things? And things that I'm super passionate about is, do men get a chance to really tell their side of the story? It's assumed we feel a certain type of way, but we're never really asked, right? So a lot of that's is what the motivation is of the story. You know, we'll keep it real, but we'll keep it honest, right? So, you know, that's the goal. So more to come on that. Hopefully at the end of July, going into early August. So I plan on having y'all on the show.
Random question. It's not that
Here
random.
we go.
Battery back.
Let me sit up. Hold on.
No, I'm just trying to ask. This show sounds like it's gonna be full of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it.
Yes.
The- excuse me. So how'd you accept that? Like, how'd you decide that that's what you wanted to really dive in? That's cuts.
I think because, honestly, I think in one of the car conversations or the pre-car conversation, but it always stuck with me. Jarrell said to me one time, he said, you have a thing where you always want to control your narrative. And you damn right I do. Right?
And
Because
this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do it.
right? So, and I think the thing is to do it and be grown about it, right? And don't get on here and on or getting on Facebook or getting on social media and blasting and putting videos and texting and then being in the comments and being an asshole. I think that you have to take the things that you've learned as a man or learned as a person, talking about doing the work, talking about therapy, talking about just growing or asking and questions that are going to not only challenge the person or the people that you're around, but challenging yourself to grow, right? So I think that it's about vulnerability for me, but I think that's the place that I want to live in. I think we run from what real vulnerability is, and I think we run from receiving what vulnerability is. But that's reality. And when you go through something as serious as meeting the person that brought you into this world, and it turns out to be a great situation, when it could have been all kinds of crazy, there's nothing more vulnerable than that, right? And it teaches you to level up. It teaches you that, to your point, it's not as hard as you may think that it is, but you have to create a space to do that. And my goal is to create spaces for people to be vulnerable, but also feel safe to do that.
Awesome. I think that's dope for real. Definitely.
Buckle up.
Well, just make sure you review the HIPAA laws, okay? I'm just saying. This is about to be a whole therapy session out here. Listen.
I'm gonna have all y'all therapists in here.
Okay,
Everybody
and
walk out. Y'all
okay.
just give y'all cards out
In the lobby.
in the lobby.
Yeah. Everything you're saying, I love it. It says, we always say in the therapy world, like, you got to feel it in order to heal, and a lot of us, especially us, people of color, we don't like to feel. And that's something I always tell my clients, even as a therapist. I hate feeling. I don't, especially bad things. I hate feeling the bad things. But reality is we can't really overcome until we really feel it. And like you said, being vulnerable is a huge part of healing and feeling it. You have to be vulnerable. You got to be real about those feelings. Of course, adhering to HIPAA laws, especially over the radio.
Word.
But so I'm definitely proud of you for that. That's awesome. That's going to be big. That's going to be big.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be big. And I also see, and that's one thing I did and still do love about Corey is that like you said, controlling your narrative. That's definitely Corey's situation. But he always knows. He always keeps it real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I really like that about him. And a lot of men, and I don't want to just single out men, but a lot of men don't do that.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're
Ego.
afraid to show. There you go. The pride, the ego. They're afraid to show that side. Like, you're human. We get it. You know what I mean? Human frailty. It happens. But that's something I've always respected about you. So I'm definitely proud of you for that. That's what's up.
I think to caveat real quick, keeping it real even when you're in the wrong,
Hey.
right? Because I'm not always right, and I haven't been always right. It felt right, but it wasn't. So, I think it's keeping it real on both sides. So,
And somebody told me, they was like, just because I was one to always, I keep it real. I keep it real. And I was told, just because it's real don't mean it's right.
Right.
100%.
And that thing stuck with me. And I was just like, oh, let me pick my whole entire face up off the floor. Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's like Corey just said, accepting you're wrong when it feels right. That's the one.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. I
You
got
ready
my
to argue tooth and nail about how something feels, but technically, right?
Definitely. Wow.
Shout out
That's
to
what's
Ish.
up. Definitely. So we have Shay said, love it, Corey. Marlena said, congratulations, Corey. That's what's good. Yeah, that's definitely big. That's what's up. What's up? Anything else going on with you, C?
We good.
Good. All right. That's what's good. All right. Well, where I'm at, Lord, where am I? I got a lot going on. I definitely want to shout out. Well, let me start with I officially opened my private practice for therapy. Boop, boop, bullet.
All right.
I know, where the sound effects?
It's fine. I got you. Listen, don't worry about
Cameron, where's the sound effects?
Right.
You said they're not on the iPad. What y'all think? That was not in the job description.
Not at all. But I officially opened my private practice, to God be the glory, and it is called Dope Therapy, DOPE. And a lot of people's like, well, dope, even me getting it approved by the state, it was like it was flagged. because it was like dope. Hold on, and I'm like, yo, work with me. Read the meaning, read the definition. It's the acronym. So DOPE stands for Determined to Own My Power and Evolve. Determined to own my power and evolve. As a therapist, we know talk therapy is real, talking through things, and we don't realize how much power we have. And my slogan is the power of decision is your own. I'm quick to tell people, listen, you have all the power to make decisions. You just got to learn to be all right with the consequences. That's where our problem comes in at. We want to control the decisions we make and the consequences. You cannot do that.
Nope.
Yeah.
The power of decision is your own. If you big and bad enough to do it, be all right with the consequences. Then come sit on my couch, come see me. We'll talk it through, and then we're going to help you get over it and keep it moving. Welcome to Dope Therapy. My question to everybody when they come to Dope Therapy is, are you ready to be dope? For real. For real. I don't take court-ordered patients. Nope. I only specialize in adults, and I don't take court-ordered patients because I want people to come to my practice that are really, for real, ready to be dope, for real, ready to really overcome their issues and to deal with whatever it is that's going on, the vulnerability, all of that, to like put it out there, let's work through it, and let's move on. So it's been open since October 3rd, 2022, and God is awesome. It has been nonstop.
Awesome.
I actually need some staff.
Yo, the crowd's going crazy. Y'all can't see all the people here just clapping and standing up and stuff, but they about to get teary-eyed for some of this growth that we see.
Yes, so
know?
God is good, y'all. It is dopetherapylife.com. That is the website. You can go up there and check me out. It is just me right now. I am looking, ultimately, the goal is to have a dope campus. Hear what I'm saying? Dope campus. Because my goal is to not just address the mental health, but also address the holistic person, the whole person.
Yeah.
So my goal is to have a campus where you can come and get every need met. Every need met. If you need medical help, you can come over to the campus. If you need spiritual help, you can come over to the campus. If you need whatever physical help, physical therapists, it's a big dream. So I mean, for those who have been supporting me, thank you so much, and it will come to pass. It will happen.
Shout out to Black women therapists. Y'all really be doing the thing. Like,
That's a fact. Yeah.
Thank you. And so a huge part of me coming into this, those who do know I've always been in this field, but just like you said, Corey, it took me to grow.
Yeah.
It took me to be real with myself, to stop lying to myself. Something I always tell everybody else about walking in your truth. Yeah, it took me to walk in my truth and grow. Now, by no means am I perfect every day. Okay? And just a little side note, if you are seeing a therapist, please ensure that your therapist is seeing a therapist.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we learn in school. If your therapist does not have a therapist, run. Okay?
Yeah.
Because we too are human. And we too have our own issues, although we are licensed and everything else. Just a little note for y'all, just letting you know. Okay, so through my therapist, shout out to Dr. Wilson, awesome man, love him. And continues to grow just through lifing. I have been effective, thank God. My clients stayed all the time. The numbers continue to grow all the time. And so that, the fruit is showing.
Yeah.
The fruit.
That's
That's
awesome.
how you could tell about growth. The fruit is growing. You can see the fruit. So that's one thing that's been going on with me. In 2019, I got licensed as a mixed fit instructor. So I also teach a mixed fit class every Monday in Bear, Delaware. It's an hour class from 6 to 7. And for those who don't know, mixed fit is just like a high intensity Zumba class. Again, remember, my goal is to deal with the holistic self, but it starts with me. So not only did I get my help mentally, I got to get this physical together, including my BBL.
Yeah, I came to one of those classes, and I felt like Martin when he
Went to the
was
aerobics
in there
class.
with the aerobics class with Gina
Yes.
and Pam. I made sure I stayed close to the side by the bathroom. People way older than me, busting my ass. I mean, us.
They was getting it.
Yeah. Ain't going back, but shout out to you. That's what's up.
if you follow Nelly on Facebook, you will see these classes, which is why I would attend myself. But after understanding what Corey had went through, again, I didn't see him go there specifically, but I seen the classes, and I should. I would just go with
Well,
I
listen,
should.
come through. Every
I didn't
Monday
say.
at 9 o'clock. I mean, every Monday at 6 o'clock.
When it comes to working out, I got commitment issues. I feel
Listen, it's real. It is real. It is so real. But nah, the class is awesome. I love it. I love what I do. It definitely does help with your mental health. So if you are struggling with mental health issues, and I just need to clarify because people always like, oh, you work with the crazy people. I mean, if we're gonna say that, that means we all crazy.
That's a fact.
Okay, mental health is nothing more than the well-being of your mental state.
Yeah, very
Okay,
true.
so stop calling people crazy because they say they see a therapist or they got mental health issues or whatever. They not crazy. They got mental health issues. It's the well-being of your mental state. Now, when you cross over into mental illness, then we could talk a little bit more about that. Just like some of us have issues with overweight, but that can be changed. That can be helped. That can be treated. Now, if it was to a point where, you know, I was just 600-pound my life and a lot of stuff. It's more issues with that. Not that that can't be changed,
Yeah.
but the severity is a little bit more, you know. So that's when you kind of be looking at the mental illness where the severity is a lot more intense with the mental health issues. So either way, physical work, you know, physical health is important toward your mental health
Absolutely.
is what I was really trying to come down to. Also want to shout out, this I'm very, very proud of. This is fairly new. The Delaware Caribbean Awareness Incorporation. They've been out here in Delaware for 2 years, but they are now coming out with more things. The purpose of this, I wrote it down because I don't know their whole mission, so y'all bear with me. So this is called the Caribbean Culture Awareness. Their slogan is "Divided by Water, United by Culture." So their mission is to cultivate communities, spreading Caribbean culture, bringing opportunities for all. So I just actually linked up with this organization to bring more awareness to the culture of the Caribbean to Delaware.
Nice.
Last week, Wednesday, they had a flag raising ceremony where actually the government of Delaware has actually approved it, and they started to recognize more of the Caribbean cultures and adding our flags to the flags out here in the state of Delaware,
Nice.
up on the flag post.
You a little Caribbean
I was
now?
am I little?
Wow.
Talk about it.
You didn't know I was Caribbean?
Do people know?
Oh.
I know.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
I
Caribbean.
know.
Because he
Did you
slid
not
that in
know?
like, she said all this stuff. He was like, but are you Caribbean?
I was gonna say, did you
Not a
not know?
question, but tell
So
everybody.
was it 23andMe? That's how you do?
I am West Indian from Jamaica,
Yeah.
West Indies. Definitely in my family, from Jamaica, West Indies. So, and actually being in Delaware as long as I have, I've always said to my brother that's living currently, like, yo, I feel like we've gotten so far away from the culture. So getting connected with this organization, again, it's called the Caribbean Culture Awareness Incorporation. It has really ignited something in me. And going to that flag raising ceremony, and I saw all the different Caribbean cultures, you know, the flags raise up. But when they raise up the Jamaican flag, and shout out to Mega Chin, because he was there, raising the flag. When I saw the Jamaican flag go up, it was just like, I felt so proud.
What's up?
I felt proud, like, yo, look at this. This is crazy. Like, our flag is up there. It's like, it's represent. Like, yo, that's what's good. So, definitely linked up with them. Shout out to Yvan and her husband, Ray, the organizers and presidents of this organization. So, I'm definitely looking forward to doing much more work with them. And I'm excited. Have y'all ever heard of Carnival? The Caribbean Carnival?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's some stuff in the work. Delaware about to have their first carnival in 2024.
That's what's
let's
up.
get lit.
Where they gonna do it at?
In Wilmington. They're
I'm
about
gonna
to
be
shut the
outside.
streets down of Wilmington.
That's
and
what's up.
It's gonna be a Caribbean carnival.
is good.
Like, yo, I'm hyped.
Yeah, nah,
Right.
like it makes sense to me because like we just had the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival, right? And to be clear, there's not a lot of there was a Ladybug Festival. Shouts out to Gail. I had her on my show. We interviewed, but there's not a lot of things that are centered around people of color. Like that are big and you know what I'm saying, and it's predominantly color silly.
Right.
So you
Right,
would think that
right.
we'd be have these moments. So that's what's up. That's dope.
Yes,
That's cool.
Yes, and I mean they're like I said, they're acknowledging all the different Caribbean countries, and I don't mean just like Jamaica, Barbados. I mean all of them, down to the Dominican Republic, down to Puerto Rico. Like they are giving credit to all of them. So I'm just like super excited about
As we
that.
should. We quick to jump on a flight to go there, but we don't celebrate them. Right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's what's
And
up.
we all know that Delaware also is, you know, Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Yeah.
You guys know that? Were you guys aware of that?
Yeah, that's the month that everybody should know that it is. I would
we
think.
incorporated with
I would think
Juneteenth.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But not everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
again, a part of this organization is to bring this awareness to Delaware. Like we need to put the Caribbean culture on the map in Delaware. So I'm excited about this. They had a a Wine into the 90s party on Friday, like literally all 90s Caribbean music. You know, all 90s. It was hot.
So
I
we
didn't
lit.
make it. I ended up getting sick, but from watching and everything, it was lit. Last night, it was on Kirkwood Highway.
Oh wow, that's what's up.
And then last night they had a like a pre-carnival party. It was a carnival costume party right here in Bear.
Wow.
And I was there on that one. And was it?
Cameron,
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah.
You ain't go? You gonna come back from school? We gonna go next. Feel like you need to experience.
It was
No.
definitely lit. I
No.
mean, they came in.
I want to shout out to the seamstresses.
Yes, you
because
saw the pictures and the
I-
videos?
Listen, I just know what it gets like at those things.
Yes.
That's why Cameron's going.
If you didn't see it on my page, on my Facebook page, Nelly B. Wright, the pictures, the videos is up there. Also, if you go to the Facebook page, Caribbean Culture Awareness, the pictures and stuff is up there too. And yes, the women came out in their carnival gear, and yeah,
That's
they
what
was
I'm
lit.
saying. Shouts out to the
They was
seamstresses
lit.
because they put
What's
them,
up?
they put the sequences in the right places. You feel
Absolutely.
me? You gotta have the sequences in the right
Mhm.
places.
Bodies was good. So just know that definitely motivated me for 2024. Oh, I'm gonna be mixed fitting it up from now to 2024 because I will be in one of those outfits next year.
That's what's up. Shout out to
Yes,
that.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a good
yes.
update, though.
Definitely. So I'm excited about that. If you want to get in contact with, the Caribbean Culture Awareness Corporation, it is the website is usacca.org. usacca.org. Yep. So that's what's been going on with me.
That's lit.
Excellent. So I think that we're close to time here, right? So this was an awesome show. It felt really good. I definitely missed it. Didn't realize how much I missed it until we started talking and laughing and joking. I think that Mr. Dash put together a quick run through of I don't know what we're gonna call it, but this or that.
Like getting to know you, but the speed round.
Like the new you.
Speed getting to know you.
Getting to know the new you.
The update.
Getting to know the new.
No, you know what? I feel like all of these answers would have been the same 5 years ago.
You think
Maybe not. We'll see.
Now all of a sudden,
Ask away.
all of a sudden he like sweet potatoes. All right, so here's how this works, right? I'm just gonna ask the question. No elaboration. We just gonna answer.
Okay.
That's what we doing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure we on the same page with how this goes.
Shout it out.
Okay. Listen,
quick.
and by the way, people, these is light questions, that nothing deep. They don't blame me.
Before you start the questions, for any of the viewers out there, before we wrap up, while G is asking out these questions, if you have any questions or comments or anything, please put them in the chat below.
Please.
We are on Philly 95.3. If you have any questions or comments or anything for any of us up here, please put them in the comments below. And after G-Dash is
Yeah, we about to
Round.
blow the station up big time.
we gonna
Fact.
holler at y'all and answer your questions or comments or whatever else. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
G-Dash, what you got for us?
All right. So first question is Mary J. Blige or Erykah Badu?
So wait, before you answer, are we saying like which one we like?
Yes. What do you prefer?
Oh, okay.
What,
We prefer.
What
Okay,
do you want?
got you. Okay. You
Oh,
answer?
I'm Mary.
I'm gonna say Erykah.
Of course you would.
Okay.
First I would.
R. Kelly or Babyface?
R. Kelly. Hands
Well,
down.
she
Dang.
said that
Wh-
hard.
Why is that, Corey?
You said there was such maturity for R. Kelly.
What's wrong with the world? Why is that?
Why is what?
Why R. Kelly?
You ain't got to burp me.
I was,
said
I
R.
was
Kelly.
touching the battery pack. No. it was the
Oh,
battery pack,
trying to
that's
burp
all.
me?
No,
Like-
I wasn't burping.
Nah, no. Shut up. I mean, here's the thing.
Okay.
7 whole days. I'm sorry, I was Babyface.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. We are not going to sit in this room or act through America like Robert Kelly is not the king of R&B.
Robert.
I think that in any other nationality, religion, ethnic background, secret back room, they can separate action from art. Black people will sit in here and act like we cannot do that for our people.
But do you realize Babyface is Babyface is Babyface?
Babyface is babyface. I'm stepping out on a limb and saying that Robert Kelly do verses. Bust Babyface's ass.
I don't know about that. I think you're sleeping on some of those written works.
No. You can put up
That little can we
TP
talk thing gonna go over a little heavy. That little can we talk gonna go a little.
You
Hey,
can,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. That's fine. Go to listen. I know you. I know people are acting like they haven't listened to R. Kelly since all of this has come out. Lies. Go to his catalog and look.
You're on Anita
Listen-
Baker's side.
Look at the song.
I am. No, I am. I think she's foul though. I think she was foul.
He really is?
I think she was foul. Leave my aunt alone. We ain't gonna do too much on my aunt Anita. I think she was foul.
We talking about Anita Baker?
Yeah, she bugging out. But every aunt has, she come to the barbecue. We look at her strange. She walk through the door like, hey auntie, we know what you did.
I'm done.
But my answer was R. Kelly, man. Like, sick. What the hell? Shout out to Babyface though. I mean, I get it. I understand, bro.
I do like R. Kelly. I don't like what he's done, but definitely his music is definitely off the chain. But Babyface got it for me.
Wow. Okay,
There we
now,
go.
whatever. The Hill version of you.
It is.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is.
5 years ago, you had been cows, right?
I'm a flirt.
Oh,
Next question.
This is great. Oh, now I'm
But you
moving
didn't
down
answer.
a
Did you
little
answer?
bit. Oh, I ain't say nothing.
No, you didn't.
Tasha, where you at? What you picking? All right. I knew it. Cam, where you
know.
at? All right, Cameron.
That's because they not healed yet. Call me at dope therapy. Call me.
Yeah. Babyface got more of everything. So he like R. Kelly lives in a space. Babyface can make all types of songs. Babyface makes all types of songs.
Okay, when we get off air.
We'll do this.
Now, guys.
With that said, body or face? Let's
Body or face? Body or face?
body or face? What do you prefer?
What you prefer?
Do you what do you?
Face.
Yeah.
Now, are we just talking about
to
just
deal
to
with.
look at, to deal with, to marry?
finesse. Okay.
We just talking about a jump off? Like, what are we talking about here?
Face.
I mean,
You just got to pick.
over. Yeah. It's
you mean?
It's what you prefer.
Right. Exactly. You can turn me around.
Face.
Real talk.
Face.
I'm just saying.
Face. You could work on the body, though. Or Cash App and BBLs. The face, how much you gonna do to your face? Face is forever. No face, no case. I don't play that. Get out of here.
I'll play that. That is
The
great.
hell? Look up and be like, Cameron, what you think? Man, you know what I'm saying?
That's just because that's your nephew. Okay. Tasha. What Tasha got?
Yes. Tasha? Right, Tasha. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Nelly.
Nah, I gotta. You could talk to a body.
She said I could work on that. Listen, hold on. There's some bodily features that if you just ain't got, Nelly kind of like,
coach.
I can't really make concessions
You
for
got
certain
mixed
situations.
I know, but
So-
it's just certain things.
So it's a sliding scale. Like you can't, like there's only, but you can deal with some ugly, just not a whole lot of ugly.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
So
know.
her answer is body. There
I
is
could
there is
deal-
some
I
there
could
are some
deal with,
body
like-
yaddy parts that she cares
I could
about.
deal-
Body yaddy.
She
Some
cares
body yaddy
about.
parts.
I could deal with like one crooked tooth, but like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah, but one pinky.
nah, you know.
Yo,
Or an
where's
extra
Ed at? When
One
Ed
nub.
told his story about the girl with the,
one
arm, I almost
Yes,
peed
yes,
myself.
Yes. Did you hear that
I
story
did not.
about the one? Oh,
Bro,
girl.
I hope he has
Boy,
to tell
where,
that
where
story.
is he on here? Eli, where you at?
Oh my God.
He had her. Y'all
Oh
know
my
that.
God.
But apparently what he had was at the club and it was a
Yo,
chick with one arm
she
that
was
was trying
so
to holler
pretty.
at him
She
or
had
whatever.
one arm,
yeah.
but
he ain't no
he
shit
had
one
it like
arm.
tucked
yeah,
in the
coat.
coat, and she went
yeah.
to take the coat off.
Oh my god.
And he ain't know.
He
Yeah.
didn't know. You
Until
thought she
it
was
was
cold.
I'm gonna get you
Until it was
sucker.
too late.
Wow. Until
And she had one whole
Till he
arm.
wanted her to use both them hands, and she
Right.
only had one option. Got it.
No hand jobs for him.
No, just the one
got
hander.
one, though.
She got the one handers.
You need both. You need both.
Oh God.
I like that. Shut up.
So, cooking or cleaning?
Cooking. No. Cleaning. Gotta be clean.
I agree with that.
I can do a
Cleaner.
dash.
I agree with that. Cleaner.
You got, yeah. You can't just be eating. Yes.
Yeah, and it really, nasty. Yeah.
Sweet potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. Come on, Tosh. What you at? Where you at?
That's a lot of carbs. Just saying. It's like, no.
It is. That's all. I miss,
It really is.
Miss Mixfit. Yeah.
Hey, listen, got a whole lot of work to do.
Cam? He's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get to them? Yeah.
That's because his grandma's makes grams. His grandma's just makes it. Yeah. So that's I do even know that.
Sweet.
So what you picking?
yams.
I think I'd go with the yams too.
Gotta get them yams.
Yeah.
So in the West Indian culture,
We
Yeah,
don't
what's
do
more
macaroni and
prominent?
cheese. Yeah.
the yams, right? I knew. I see.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that.
Yeah, it is.
Jarrell,
Oh,
did you pick? Yeah, you did. Say you picked on the other ones.
I
What you
did.
picking?
I don't know. I pick randomly. I go with
Randomly. You want both of them.
Sweet boy. I do like the yams.
like the
I do like the yams. Gotta get some yamage on that thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Need a little
right.
bit.
Yam
Little
is
bit.
on.
Yeah, because see, you know what? I'll say this. I'm going with the sweet potatoes because it's a lot easier to mess up the macaroni and cheese. Like I done seen some mess. Like I don't like, but the yams. Listen, if you got a good marshmallow situation, you know what? If you know how to make a yam, you already up one. We know you good. That's.
My Cash App is $. Just saying.
Bless the children.
Get them yams. Try to get them yams.
Okay, BBL versus dental work. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. Which one you paying for, Corey? If you had to pay for
Either
one.
one. Probably didn't work though.
All right, so which one we paying for?
Would you want paid for
was
either
inspired
or?
by
I'm
you in the
I
last
can't-
show.
Like I can't see Corey care about getting a BBL. So I can only have to ask him what he would pay for in this circumstances.
Yeah.
This is for you. I mean, it would be if you needed.
Well, my teeth are good, so I would definitely take the BBL.
But if you needed dental,
Oh, it's dental work? No, I would definitely take dental work.
Okay.
I'll just keep doing squats and mix fit.
Shouts out to the mixed
Just
fit
saying.
situation.
Shout out. Shout out
Another
to Linda.
plug.
Oh,
So,
man. Michael versus Prince. Really? Really? This is difficult. I feel like you should know your answer already.
I still
What's your answer?
not comfortable with it though.
You're not comfortable?
I'm taking Mike.
Well, tell us how you feel.
Aren't you
How does that make you
comfortable
feel?
I'm taking Mike. It's hard, bro.
Makes you feel hard.
Yeah, but we,
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, but we know.
I grew up in the 80s.
yeah,
It was a war outside.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you choose to
And the
dance or,
outfits was
or
crazy.
play instruments?
Did both, brother.
So did you?
I wanted to have a motorcycle because of Purple Rain.
The hard part was you had. I'm assuming you had the glove,
I had the doll, bro.
but you didn't have the pants. And
I was,
and
gonna,
this
I was
is
gonna ask that. Did you have the pants too?
No.
No,
I
you
had
didn't
the
have it.
jacket. I had the red doll. No, I had the blue one. The blue Billy. No, I don't know what outfit that was, but I had the blue. I think it's Mike though.
Michael. Everybody in social media land. What's your choice?
Bang with Prince though.
Michael
man.
Jackson or
That's-
Prince?
that's-
What's your choice?
that's
What's your choice?
hard.
Tasha, what's your choice? You over there, Mike?
I feel bad even picking.
Look, he's shaking his head like, don't ask me.
Cameron, are you
Don't
familiar?
ask me.
Are you familiar with both gentlemen? You don't know Prince. Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yep.
We're gonna call security.
I love that. That's the truth.
You're not allowed to leave the studio.
Press the red button.
That's Prince up top there, that album. It's Purple Rain. You should watch Purple Rain when you go home tonight. And text your parents.
That was
Well,
before his time.
I mean, Mike was sampled in this era. Prince doesn't get
Right,
touched.
that's what it says before his time.
So like
Just
because
don't know who he
Prince because of who Prince is, you couldn't touch his stuff.
I get it.
And that's where you
Get
get.
it.
That's why the younger
Get
generation
it.
don't know him. So I gotta go with Mike.
Same here.
Get it.
You
It's
know what?
Michael.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what? I'm adding another one, but I'm doing this one first. Intercourse or oral?
Hey.
That's the face you make, Corey. Never
Sexual,
mind.
sexual intercourse or oral sex.
You know the grown Nelly said that really right, so I appreciate it.
You like that? Great.
I'll take the course.
He done broke the word down. I'm gonna take
I'm
the
gonna take
course.
the course. Yeah, taking the course.
Oh, me?
Oh me.
No, I didn't know if you was going to ask them first. That's why.
I'm not asking Cam this question. So
Oh,
we're gonna keep it
important.
pushing.
You know, Cameron, no, you can't say that.
Oh,
Natasha over here. Well, we're already about. Never mind. The merch will tell you.
Yeah, her hat speaks it all.
Speaks volumes.
That's intercourse, sexual intercourse.
Okay.
Jerome?
Yeah, I think that the course load is always more efficient.
More
like
efficient.
it's just
It's more fulfilling.
it
It is,
Like
yeah.
you really come. Like don't get me wrong. One you can get the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? The knowledge. You can't
Knowledge is
get the
power.
dome together.
Right,
But I feel like if you take all the courses, you graduate. I'm all about a good.
Shout out. For real.
Listen, my show called Hats Off. I like a good cap and gown.
There you
I just
go.
feel like, but you gotta get the gown.
Woo!
And that's how you get it, huh? Yeah,
Shout out
he did
to
the
all
whole,
of
he did
that.
the whole motion.
I'm take the course.
Hey, Levante, shout out to you, honey. Shout out to you. Hey, Levante, what would you prefer? Did you hear the question?
Jesus
Awesome.
Christ.
Put
Okay,
it right out
it's
there.
for the people as well.
For the
Okay.
people as well, absolutely.
I'm curious. Yo, TV, easy. Last one's easy. TV or movies?
TV.
So like TV now or TV like cable? Because you like now nobody watches cable. I'm just saying you got all the streaming devices. I'm just wanna
We're
clarify.
aware.
I know. I'm just saying. So what's the question? Is it TV like now
Like
with
TV
the
shows?
right or TV shows? Like where we at?
TV
Oh,
shows.
yeah, I'm taking
What
shows.
TV series, anything like watching
okay.
that
Take
versus.
Yeah, yeah, TV shows.
Yeah. Carried me through my life.
Okay.
Cosby
Levante
Show.
said no. I just logged in. Levante, we were having a
Go ahead. You gonna repeat it?
this or that segment.
Yes.
What's your preference, Levante? Prince or Michael? Let's
Yo,
go back
yo,
to that.
I
Yo.
love how you've grown. I feel that.
That's
What's
by
your
determination.
preference,
Look at us.
Levante?
We
Prince
listen.
or
that
Michael?
is- that
I've
is-
grown
that-
up. I
Yeah,
have.
you dope now. Look at you, so dope. That's it.
I'm dope now. Thank you. I was dope back then too.
Yes.
I just had to grow up a little bit.
All right.
I had to go through life. Life had to life me.
Has to do to us all.
Life had to life me.
For sure.
I have one for y'all. Would you become a jack of all trades or just a master of one trade? Would you like to become a jack of all trades
Jack
or
of
just
all.
a master of one trade?
Jack of all.
Probably a jack of all trades.
Jack? And the last one, because we had a conversation about this on the last show 5 years ago, and I thought it was very interesting. And we G-Dash brought it up before we got on air, and I just want to bring it up
Oh,
again.
stop making it me. I ain't bring up.
You
nothing.
did. You brought it up, and it was very entertaining.
Where
I
this
think you
is
guys
gonna
would
go.
enjoy. You guys would definitely enjoy this. We were talking about pet peeves some years ago.
Yes, Lord.
Some pet peeves that you had, and some years ago, Corey expressed a specific pet peeve that was brought up today, and I just want to hear. Corey, can you tell the people
What's your pet peeve?
Corey?
Camera on me.
ISO.
I do not like for people to brush their teeth in front of me. It is disgusting.
Now we talking about before or after sex.
Wow.
That wasn't even a part of it.
Well, no.
Period.
Can I interject? Can I say the reason why I'm asking this?
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this, and y'all just walk with me. I was talking to a male from Philadelphia, and he explained to me his reasoning for not providing oral sex when he's at a female's house. Hear me, is because he doesn't have his toothbrush, his toothpaste, and his mouthwash, which are very specific things that he likes and he needs in order to do so. However, she should be willing to do it to him regardless. So my thought is, in the midst of the course, there's a lot of fluids mixing and flowing and everything else. So what does it matter? So I'm thinking before or after sex with you, because in the midst of the course, everything is already there. So even after, brushing is a pet peeve for you? You're already in the
I
midst of
don't
fluids and stuff.
care what's happening.
Okay.
Don't come out the bathroom with toothpaste running down your toothbrush on your fingernails. It's just disgusting, bro. Just stay in the
really
bathroom.
asked you that question like it mattered if you was about to get the course
I
or the oral.
Like, that wasn't even
But
a-
what if you getting the oral? Then can she come through with the no? Okay,
But
she's
that's
not
what I
going to
mean.
the bathroom
Just
and do
go
it.
to bathroom,
He'll be over the
Close
sink
the
like
door,
that.
or you ain't gotta close the door. Just stay over there.
Stay over there.
Oh, God.
Eli,
That's my pet
shout out
peeve.
to you, Eli. He just
Eli, we
came
was
on.
just talking about
Yeah,
you in the
Eli,
one
he
armed
definitely
bandit.
was.
That was hilarious. You gotta come back and tell that story Monday. Tomorrow,
Yes.
right? They on tomorrow?
Yeah, they on tomorrow.
What time? 7 o'clock?
7.
Yo, Rebirth Live. Eli's gonna tell the
Tomorrow
story.
night, 7
setting them
o'clock.
up.
Eli, you heard what he said. We gotta talk about the young lady with the one arm. But no, so that's why I asked about whether it mattered for you.
Nah, it's bugging
Okay.
out. Like, I mean, shout out to his whatever his pet peeve is and his preference,
he
but
didn't
like,
get you.
it doesn't even matter. Like, I just don't want to see it. It's a pet peeve. It's disgusting.
On this episode of people just be saying stuff. You say, hey, listen, I would go ahead. I can't go down. I ain't got my toothbrush, baby. I can't even. Oh, you ain't got yours either? do your thing. Listen, get the gingivitis on me. I'm home. I can brush it off. You see what I'm saying? I can handle the gingivitis. You, okay? Oh, wait, I got to go down. I can't handle that gingivitis. I can only-
Yeah, he wildin' for that.
I mean, I thought so, honestly.
He wild
I was
for that.
just like, what? That doesn't even make sense. But okay. To each his own.
that
However,
to
so that's
yourself.
why I asked whether it was.
Should have kept that to himself. He's wild.
Well, he probably, people, they be saying stuff. People
Yeah,
really just be saying whatever to get what they
Clickbait.
want. Like,
Needed to,
Yeah. I've learned that over the 2023 part. Just say things.
yeah, it's amazing.
Hey, what's your pet peeve?
My pet peeve is easy. My pet peeve has always been condescending people. I don't like when people talk down to me. Never like that. And I guess that's the main one. Really, I don't like just that thing. I tend to ask questions when I don't understand. So
One of my pet peeves, and this is one, is something called, I like to call a see me spirit. Y'all know what that means? A see me spirit?
See me?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like all about me?
Attention,
I
an attention
tend-
seeker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I like, the technical term for the church folks, the see me spirit.
Yeah.
You gotta see me spirit. You got to always be up in the limelight. Sit down somewhere.
Just tied to like consistent validation.
There you go.
That type of thing?
There
Okay.
you go. Absolutely. And yeah, so that's one of my pet peeves. It's like, why?
Tosh, what's
Go
your pet
find
peeve?
yourself.
You got one yet? Cam, you got a pet
Nice.
peeve?
wow.
Nah. Y'all just free spirits. I like that. Let anybody do whatever.
Wow,
That's cool.
in episode 2 of People Just Say Anything.
I ain't really got one yet.
Not
You
yet.
know, I ain't never been annoyed by nothing. I don't,
As soon as
listen.
I see you,
All
it's
right,
gonna happen.
You need to know when I trip over Legos, I smile and clap. Okay, that's like I haven't jumped for joy without stumping a toe in years. Like every time I stump the toe, I be like, Lord, thank you. This is what we doing.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Great.
I don't care who uses turning signals in 2023. Listen, I'm patient to get where you're going.
Jeez, I don't have one right now. That's what's up.
Yo, I am.
I don't even care when I walk into the bathroom and you don't wash them. Listen, you cleanse your soul yourself. Whatever you think.
I can't.
Stop.
I'm
It's a
Hey.
by-person basis. I get it. I get it.
Hilarious. Oh,
What's yours? Slow drivers. Cam has road rage.
Eli said his pet peeve is no funny smells.
Yes. I get that.
We know that's definitely Eli's thing. Eli has talked about that on numerous times,
that's
numerous
funny.
occasions. Them funny smells, definitely.
Well-
All right, y'all.
This has been fun.
This has been fun.
Definitely been fun. Thank you all again. So I think thanks for agreeing to come together and do this show. I know we all have busy schedules, but I think it was fun. I think I thank both of you for entrusting myself and our chemistry together 5 years ago. That was the birth of me really getting into podcasting and starting. And when I talked about being nervous about it, because that was like my first time, like really being there. So thank you both. Thank you for consistently driving me, supporting, and being a part of what was a fun show.
Definitely fun. It was definitely fun. G, what you got for us, baby?
You know I want to do a spoken word, do my little
ahead.
improv
Hit
piece.
that, baby.
All right, let me
Do
see.
it.
Y'all give me a word? Give me a word for old time's sake.
You want to do Nellie's pet peeve?
What's that? What?
What's your pet peeve? Your pet peeve is
Attention seeking.
yeah. What was the word we just used?
See me.
Oh, see me?
See me. All right.
Validation.
Oh, the see me spirit.
Oh, the see me spirit.
All right.
Validation.
Yes. By the
G-Dash
way,
about to hit us with a
shouts
spoken
out to
word.
Eli because he said also when you call me and I answer and you say hello after I say hello. He don't want don't just call Eli and be bantering back and forth. Hello. Look. Now I'm just gonna bang on you. We not doing all this.
Right,
You
what
said
you
that
want?
already.
What you
Listen,
want? What you
stop
call me
playing
for?
on my phone.
Exactly.
Hello?
Exactly.
That's bad funny.
That's facts, Eli. I agree 100%.
All right, so G-Jones, they gave me the word see me. All right, by the way, I do this when I host, so if y'all book me out there, listen, I wrap things up, so y'all see what I'm talking about. I'm thinking I've learned to approach things with gratitude, even if people approach things in a way that they feel like is good but tends to be rude. A lot of times people act like they are something that they're not. True. Fine. Let me explain this to you. 5 years ago, we sat down in front of you. We started to explain ourselves to you and explain the ways that we see things while taking you to and through therapeutic moods. This is what it was supposed to be, meant to help you. Obviously, we wanted you to see us, but we also wanted you to take the time to see through to see you. It wasn't always about our own reflection in every section. It was about making sure that you could learn personal lessons. We don't walk around with thumbs pointing at ourselves, although we've seen people either walk around with thumbs pointing that way until it comes for a hardship, and then they point them at everyone else. See, this is where it's like, wait, how are you really that top tier if I can't seem to hear you speaking with your spirit and what's real? Once again, we stepped into this field without a shield, sometimes being so vulnerable, showing you the places where we hadn't even healed. But now we're trying to make sure that we can tell you when to slow down and when you need to yield. This is just what's supposed to be happening here. See, I'm hoping that you can get near and not just tell you to see me or see us. A lot of times people walk into the room trying to take all the attention up. What we were trying to do is help refocus your attention so you can know what's up. I could tell you to take your hat off and then big up to anybody who was doing the right stuff. Nelly could say, yo, sit down and make sure that you're prepared to be dope enough. And that's as good as it gets. No, please also make sure that you're prepared to do the mix fit. Again, it's not just look at us. Then we could say, okay, Corey, how you going to tell us how you got through? Well, I'm only going to tell you how I got through so they can help you mature your mood, because this is not just about me, but it's also what I've seen a lot of other people go through. And identification is important, and representation is important to everyone else who's going through those same things. I'm just being the truth. That's in July. All right, cool. Now, okay, as I'm telling you all the truth, I'm just trying to be G while making sure you know this doesn't move in a space where it's all about see me. Too many people seek attention while they can't figure out the accountability, or they're afraid to mention the responsibility that they need to be who they're supposed to be. And that was just me. This has been A.